I'm Nick McCord, and I'm an actor, producer, and playwright. Really, word on the street is that Holland's playwrights write a lot, both in and out of the program. And, I think we all have these big ideas of, I have a great idea for a play, and then we don't write it. So Holland's is a program that not only gave me words to start editing and rewrite, but thus far has really helped me grow in my writing. And so I've returned every year because I am a better writer markedly after every year I go to Holland's. I learned a lot the first year. Mostly it was how much I needed to learn. And then the second year came and I was confronted with these really tough lessons as I learned that my expectations for me fit in a long-term story, but I really needed to learn what was in that chapter. And so that was really a great lesson. My second year was learning what this chapter was about. It's kind of funny. You have all of this stuff rushing at you so hard in a single summer, and it doesn't really hit you until a couple months after, and you go, "Oh, I'm growing." That's why it's so painful and wonderful, And then I was able to transpose all of those lessons and all of that growth from the second year, again, already diametric from my first year at Holland's, onto my third. It's been my favorite year by far because all of kind of the garbage, all of the pomp and circumstance that I came in here with, holding my head high, I do all of these things, became more of an inspection of who I want to be as a theater artist. My festival experience last year was hard, but I didn't realize that it was hard in an incredibly good way until this year. So I came with a play that was not ready even for a reading. And when it finally met the talkback section of production or workshopping, that pushback was complete, where people said, "We don't see where this works at all." And so I had to literally take my expectation and then meet the reality and reconcile them literally in a 10-minute talkback. And that's a hard thing to do. But now, a year later, where I can say, okay, this wasn't a failure, this was a really big success, I can see what a play desperately needs and say, I did not give that play this, but now I know what one needs to give the audience that. So the thing about first drafts is you have 72 hours to write a play based on a series of criteria. I wrote a monologue play, which I loved. I wrote an absurdist play, which I struggled with. I wrote a play with an unfinished question, which was really delightful. All of the plays I wrote, they were plays I would never have thought myself as a writer of that genre. And so really dipping my toes in all of these different pools, I said, okay, look, I can write differently than the playwright that's up in my head. This is a community of artists who work and build together. And there's an immediacy to that I haven't seen in other programs. I think the thing that strikes me most is, as a playwright, I need to be able to talk to a director at any moment and say what's missing. And I need to be able to talk to an actor at any moment and say, what do you need? And the thing that we do really, really well here is we are embroiled in this kind of cauldron together of art making. It's a big stew. The thing about this program that's so unique is that oftentimes you can't separate yourself out from other parts of the stew, right? So what the playwright needs is to understand that they are not alone. And what the actor needs to know is from the playwright to say, I want to give you what you want. Help me. And then what the director needs to know is to say, look, I may be the ringleader of this circus, but I also need to love my monkeys. And so what we kind of do here, and why I would say that you need to come here, is because we all do it together, and there is a togetherness, as opposed to a distilled separation of the art forms. Because every playwright should be an actor, and every actor should be a director, and every director should be a playwright.